If you guys are in need of any grinding services, hit up my guy Rose NBA on Twitter. From domination to getting you guys a 95 plus overall hidden gem, he does it all. What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be going over the triple threat park rewards for today and how I think this is a massive W for the MyTEAM community. Now, look, I say it like this. I do feel like 2K, at least occasionally, is giving us some solid cards on Sundays to grind for. However, I feel like the rest of the week is just kind of nothing. Like, if we look even at the last week, I just feel like it's been nothing. However, last Sunday, we were able to get Danny Green. So, I will say this, if you are really good at the game, I would rather you guys grind for an hour on Sunday than play the game for 4 hours straight on Saturday. Which is so crazy to me, and I'll talk about this quite a bit during this video, but it is so crazy to me that when I'm looking at when I'm looking at different cards, it is crazy to me that that you get more rewarded for winning 5 triple threat games in a row than finishing in the top 1% on Saturday. How does that make sense? How does playing the game for 4 hours, finishing in the top 1%, get you less rewarded than winning 5 games and guaranteeing yourself Jack Sikma? Because like I saw Splash's reward yesterday. MJ, another trash pink diamond, or Jack Sikma. Jack Sikma is way better than the other 2 options. So that's the one thing about this. It's number 1, you got to be really good at the game. And number 2, if you are, it is absolutely worth your time. So let's break it down. At 1 game, you get a swish pack. At 3 games, you get an 87 overall premium pack. And at 5 games, you get Jack Sikma, who I think I did put at my A tier when it came down to the center tier list. So honestly, I'll say it like this. If you grinded level 40 and you got D-Rob, and now you get Jack Sikma, I guess Sikma could play power forward for you, which is super nice and super important to note. But if you got those 2, you are not in need at the center position. You're not in need. Now, let's say you aren't good at the game today. Well, how do you approach this if you're not good at the game? Here's what I personally would do. And again, this is just me and my opinion. But if you're not good at the game, guess what? Sikma's price today should go down a little bit. Now, again, I don't know exactly what his price is going to bottom out as, but his price should go down, and you might even be able to snag like a Jack Sikma with extra Hall of Famers for relatively inexpensive as well. So those are a couple of other things that you can think about. If you're not good at the game, that's okay, because Sikma still should lose some value on the auction house, and you might be able to snag him for cheaper. For myself, guess what, guys? I've got David Robinson at 1 center. I had Jaren at the other center. So, I mean, it's a couple of things I can do. Number 1, I could sell Jaren. Number 2, I can move Jaren or Jack Sikma to the power forward position and then sell a guy like Pink Diamond Giannis if I really want to save up on some of my coins. So those are a couple of things that I could maybe think about doing. And you guys might be in the same boat. Let's say you guys have, I'm just going to throw out a name. Let's say right now you guys are running like Pink Diamond Kareem or Pink Diamond Joel Embiid. I'm going to be honest. Jack Sikma gives you 90% of those cards. So absolutely run the card. Another thing I do want to mention, this grind right here, if you are good at the game, is the only thing that this season is worth it. And if you're not good at the game, then this, and don't take it personally because I'm not trying to be mean, but if you're not good at the game, then this isn't anything for you either. You know, and so that's one thing that I'm like kind of seeing with this is, I mean, it's a good grind if you're good at the game. It is 100% worth it, but we got to like not let 2K fully off the hook here, because this grind is only useful for 20% of the community. We got to realize most people that play this game are not going to be able to go grind 5 wins in a row. You know, and I'm glad that there are some things for the good players on this game. There needs to be. But imagine you're a super casual that plays this game, not good whatsoever. And you've got King of the Court on Saturday, followed by this on Sunday. And again, you're not good at the game. You're not able to get either of those things really done. Like King of the Court, you're not able to get any of the top rewards. On this, I mean, again, this is pretty inaccessible unless you're really good at the game. This is something that I'm, for the casuals, thinking they need something as well. So again, this is kind of becoming a weekly thing, which is fantastic. Every Sunday, we're starting to see a weekly thing. And people could be like, oh, Ty, well, the season of giving is for the casual. I get all that. But why not give people during the week like, oh, well, you win 25 breakout games, you get a diamond as well. Like, there could be something like that sometimes. You know, I know they want people to play Triple Threat Park. I know that's good for the game, stuff like that. But I'm just saying for like the super casual player base, I just feel like there's not a whole lot for them to be playing. And again, you guys can disagree if you want, but that's just kind of my approach to things. Is I think there needs to be two sides to this thing. Yes, there needs to be stuff for the competitive good players in this game, but there also needs to be stuff for the casual player base. And I just don't know if we've seen too much of that. So again, that's another thought that did run through my mind. I do like the fact that you get an 87 overall premium for 3 wins, because at the end of the day, that card's probably not going to be very good because it is only a ruby, but it is an extra player card to add to your collection. Swish pack, again, you're going to make some MT from doing that. So realistically, let's say you log on to 2K today and you grind 5 games super quickly. Well, guess what? You're adding a random swish pack. You're not going to pull anything from that, but you are adding a random pack to your collection. You're getting an 87 overall premium, and you're getting Jack Sikma. So you're getting 3 players. One of them is going to be bad. One of them is an Air Ruby, and one of them being Jack Sikma. But along the way, you're going to make some solid MT. You're going to be able to sell whatever badges or shoes you get from that swish pack as well. This is absolutely worth your time to do if you have time today. Again, it is, sometimes people are busy, especially during the holiday season. People are busy, and it's something that like 2K doesn't care. Like, they're just going to still bring us King of the Court. They're still, not going to change this up. They don't care. But at the end of the day, people are busy. So if you're busy, it is what it is. But I will say, I think this is worth your time to do if you have time today and are good at the game. So again, you get a free diamond, one of your better bigs in the entire game. Not a super tough grind, again, if you are good at the game, but it's one of those things, if you're average at the game and let's say you lose, I don't know, even 20% of your triple threat games, it can get draining. Because let's say you go, and I'm just going to say this as an example, but let's say you win your first couple of games and then lose your 4th game. Well, that stinks. You got to start over. And if you're not that good at the game, you might have to do that a few times before you ultimately get Jack Sikma. That's the tough part. A lot of it is matchup based. A lot of it is how good are your opponents that are playing you as well. Things you really do not have any control over. So again, I wish you guys the best of luck if you are grinding for Jack Sikma. Don't, get too high, don't get too low. And at the end of the day, if you don't get Jack Sikma, that's okay. His price should go down quite a bit in the auction house today. We'll see what it ends up being. As well as just overall, guys, we'll see what the season of giving is like. You never know if, these type of guys are going to be in locker codes, stuff like that, for this season of giving event as well. So that's my opinion on it. I would do this video later, opening up Jack Sikma, talking about it, all those types of things, maybe even doing like a gameplay of him. I'm personally busy today, though. Like, I know you guys don't think like I do anything, and it's how you play the game for a living. Well, it is my job, but at the end of the day, like, I still have stuff to do. So, like, I probably will end up grinding it tonight. But again, I got stuff to do. And so I'm actually not going to be able to grind it right away like I normally would. So that's going to wrap it up for my video talking about the free Jack Sikma for you guys today. He is absolutely worth your guys' time to go and get if you are good at the game. Now, again, if you struggle, like I said at the start of the video, it's tough. 2K really is not giving anything to the real casual player base. And this is just another one of those things. It's really sad to me, though, and I talked about this at the start of the video, how the rewards here are better than the King of the Court rewards. It makes no sense to me. They're driving people away from the game mode. But I'm going to end it with this. What else would we expect 2K to do? And I'm not saying this event does, because I like these types of events. I'm saying if this event's going to be so good, then why is King of the Court so sad? It just doesn't add up to me. It does not make sense to me. We need more events like this. 1 days for free cards, not only in triple threat, but in breakout. Maybe get 3 domination wins. You get a free diamond. Stuff like that can be good for the game, but it just seems like 2K wants absolutely nothing to do with it. So that's kind of my opinion on it. You guys can let me know yours down below in the comments, guys. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.